Hi there! In today's lesson, we're going to be teaching preschoolers their ABCs. I wanted to preface the lesson by giving my own personal opinion on the best way to teach preschoolers their ABCs. I personally don't believe in any type of phonics program or rigorous training program, tricks or tips for teaching your preschoolers their ABCs. Many preschoolers aren't developmentally ready to write out their letters or learn their ABCs. They won't be for many years. That developmental skill really begins in kindergarten around 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. I know many children who have had success with the phonics programs. I also know many children who've become very confused by it. You run the risk of creating an inhibition when it comes to reading, writing, and future language skills. I believe it's much better to introduce it in a soft approach, very slowly. The kids who are able to pick up the skill will just naturally absorb the material that you're giving them. And for kids who might be less ready, you can mix in rhythm work, cooperation, visual arts, and tactile work into your lesson plan so that they're still gaining appropriate and age-appropriate skills, even if they're not reciting their ABCs or writing out their letters. Save the worksheets for when they're a little bit older and just help them learn through play. They will learn all on their own. It's your job to be their coach and their guide. Let's begin. We'll begin our lesson with some song, story time, and engagement examples for teaching ABCs to preschoolers. It's a good idea because they have such short attention spans to really maximize preschoolers' learning modes in each lesson. So we've brought in some musical instruments for rhythm study, some books for reading and listening, as well as beginning exposure to the alphabet, and a song that just gets them familiar with the alphabet in a way that they can interact with. We want to start our preschool lesson with a book. We'll begin with Mrs. Pinnacle's Flower Alphabet. This is one of my favorite books. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see it. It's my 2.5-year-old's favorite too. It goes through A through Z, focusing on different flowers that correspond to each letter of the alphabet. You can see our book has a little wear and tear because it's one of our favorite books to read here. And it also teaches you a little bit about each flower for the budding botanist. After you finish one book, pass out some musical instruments for your preschoolers. You can use the band in a box. We have a xylophone, shaky a harmonica. This teaches kids to share because every student only gets one instrument. They can bang on them and just explore the music while you read a more rhythmic story, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. This one is an old favorite, which kind of has a rhythmic beat to it. You can see A told B and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. We said D to E, F, G, I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? And it just goes on with all of the little letters. And then, oops, their parents coming in with the uppercase words. It's got bright colors. It keeps kids engaged. But you can also use your drums and shaky eggs to keep the beat to Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Rhythm has been shown to help kids learn a language, and they'll absorb more of the alphabet when they're playing along to the instruments. Finally, I have an alphabet song which I have written to the tune of Frere Jacques, which we will go through the first 5 letters now for you. A for apple, A for apple, Baba baseball bat, baseball bat. C for cake and candy, the dinosaurs are dandy. Eggplant, eggplant. And it goes through each of the 5 blocks of letters all the way until zip, zap, zoo. You can mix up the words, you can mix up the tune. This is just an idea for a song that your kids can again play along with their instruments to get them used to listening to the words. Even if they don't say anything, they will dance and sing and play the instruments, and they'll be absorbing much more than you might suspect.